many people say that. How can God let this happen? He must not really care. People do that all the time. They think God doesn't care about it. He always cares. And He always comes through for those that believe in Him and call on His name. And Jesus told Martha, you know what He told her? He said, your brother will live again. Martha answered, she said, I know he will be raised to life on the last day, the resurrection, when all the dead are raised. And Jesus replied and said this, I am the one who raises the dead to life. Amen. That's what Jesus can do. He can raise you to life when you're dead. Walking down the street dead, He can give you life. Everyone who has faith in me will live. You have to have faith. You have to start believing. Will live, even if they die.
That's right. That's right.
And everyone who lives because of faith in me will never really die.
Yeah.
I am never, as long as I believe in Jesus, I am never going to really die.
That's right.
I'm going to keep living on. Do you believe this? He asked her. She said, yes, Lord. She replied, I believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God. You are the one we hoped would come into the world. After Martha said this, she went and talked to her sister and said, the teacher is here and he wants to see you. As soon as Mary heard this, she got up and went out to Jesus. A lot of people had come to comfort Mary, and when they saw her leave the house real quick, they thought she was going out to the tomb, out to the grave to cry. So they followed her. But Mary went to where Jesus was. That's where she went. Then as soon as she saw him, she knelt at his feet and said the same thing her sister said. Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. Then the other people were there, and Jesus saw that Mary and the people with her were crying. They were crying. He was terribly upset. Jesus was terribly upset. And he said, where have you put his body? Where did you put the body of Lazarus? They replied, Lord, come and you will see. And in the King James Version it says Jesus wept. Jesus started crying. And the people said, see how much he loved Lazarus? You know, he only cried one other time in Scripture. You know, tears were streaming down his cheeks. And a lot of people thought that he was crying because he lost his friend. He wasn't crying because he lost his friend. He was crying because he didn't believe.
They didn't have that faith.
They didn't have that faith yet. And some of them said he gives sight to the blind. Why couldn't he have kept Lazarus from dying? And Jesus was still terribly upset. So Jesus went to the tomb. The tomb was a cave with a stone rolled against the entrance. Then he told the people to roll the stone away. Can you imagine that? He told them to roll the stone away. But Martha said, Lord, you know how that Lazarus has been dead 4 days, and there will be a bad smell. He was in the grave. He was going to be stinking after 4 days, right? But you know what Jesus said when they got to the tomb? He said, take away the stone. You know that? You know, when you go to a graveyard or a tomb, it's not a pleasant place, is it? Not a place to be very happy. Most of the time you go there and you see your dead mom or dad or brother and sister or wife. It's not a place to be happy, is it?
No.
You know, they're not. People bury all kinds of bodies in tombs.
Yeah.
But we bury a lot of other things deeply within inside of us. We bury bad memories inside of us.
Yeah.
We bury bad memories. We bury the past within inside of us. We cover over our hurt feelings and our fears and our angers. We bury inside of us. All of our disappointments and the shame we've suffered in our life. We bury them and put a stone in front of the tomb. We put them in the tomb that's within us, hoping that we won't ever see or hear from them again. That's how we handle the fear, the hurt, and the shame. But it's not the way that Jesus handles it. Not the way that Jesus handles it. He comes to us and says, take the stone away. Take the stone away. And we say, Lord, you don't understand. It smells in there. All that garbage and that nasty stuff we buried inside of us. You know, I've hidden things away that are rotting, horrifying, and ugly. I'm still trying to forget it. And Jesus wants to bring it to the light of day. Some of us are alive physically, but we're dead emotionally. I think that's what that man was talking about. Emotionally, we're dead. We push so much down inside of us that we don't even know everything that's in there. And we don't want to find out. We want to bury all the secrets of our life and forget they exist. We can't face them. We can't face the things of our past. If only. We have a lot of if onlys in our life. There may be more of our life in the tomb than that's out of it. But Jesus says, roll the stone away. Roll the stone. He wants you to face it. Not to shame you, but to heal you and raise you up. He will heal you and raise you up.